lot of questions I ask is, if it didn't get a good minimum bid at the auction, and it was a $500,000 property, and I was willing to pay $350,000, and the minimum bid came out at $420,000, can I still make an offer to the bank after the auction? The answer is yes, for about 1 week. Okay? And the reason why is the bank is going, oh no, we made a mistake. Why did we put out that minimum bid? Because you guys aren't going to buy it, because you're going to buy it at 70 cents on the dollar. And they realize we have a non-performing asset that's going to cost us money. Because remember, when it becomes an REO, guess what they have to do? They have to pay those darn expensive real estate agents. They have to fix it up. They have to pay excise tax, title and escrow, and it's going to cost them 14% more to sell that same property. So they are willing to take open offers for a period of 1 week. We will do that for you. So on a week-to-week basis, we're going to offer you guys REOs. And we're going to go negotiate with the bank, and we're going to say 1 week later, hey, now they're saying yes to the right amount. So know that we'll do that. The second thing is people say, can I take your list and can I go knock on doors and can I go do a pre-foreclosure and can I take your list and go up into Kirkland and knock on doors and negotiate a pre-foreclosure? And the answer is yes. Please let us help you, because remember, title is huge and very important, because remember, on a pre-foreclosure, I have to pay the first, the second, the third, the back taxes, the child support. Every single thing that's recorded on that title, I have to pay in a pre-foreclosure. And you can really get hurt on one. So if there is something in a pre-foreclosure, come to us. We'll help you with it. We'll charge you the same amount. At least you'll get a good deal. But I promise you, 97% of these, you're going to get at the auction. I think you're going to see more REOs in the next year, so that percentage is going to change. Maybe 85% at the auction and 15% REOs. But right now, the auction is your best bet. So the biggest thing that a lot of people ask is they say, you know, I know that I can do this on my own, and why do we need a company like Vestas, and why do I need Foreclosure Group? And the reason why is when you buy things at the auction is what should you be concerned about, or what can you be afraid of? Now, we're going to tell you every week what are the top 30 properties to buy. We're going to do title on every single one. We're going to do value on every single one. We drive every single one, tell you to fix up everything. But you, if you do every single thing right, and you buy a $300,000 property for $200,000, is there anything that you should be aware of? And the answer is yes. These are the things that survive the foreclosure auction. So one of them is IRS lien. So let's talk about that. Okay, do you guys remember when I said the second and the third and the fourth and all the subordinate and junior liens go away? I said there's a few things that stay in there, and one of them is IRS liens and back taxes. So let's talk about those. So if you got a property that was worth $300,000 and you got it for $200,000, there was an $86,000 IRS lien. Can they come and take that property away from you? The answer is yes, they can. Now, take it away from you probably isn't the right way to say it, but they have what's called a right of redemption. And the right of redemption is for 120 days. So what they could do is they could come give you what you paid plus 6%. And people say, well, that's not so bad. If they gave me my $200,000 back plus 6%, I'm good. Remember, it took 4 months for them to do that. You're not going to probably fix up the property. You're not going to refinance it. You're not going to do anything there. So if I bought that property that was $300,000 worth, and I bought it for $200,000, and there was an IRS lien, I know that they could redeem. So we actually have friends, or I should say acquaintances, at the IRS, and we talk to them, and we say, John Kempa, what is your sweet spot of when you would ever redeem a property? You know what they say? 50 to 60 cents on the dollar. Even they have got more aggressive and they're willing to go above 60. But if you buy a property for $400,000, it's worth $400,000 and you get it for $200,000, they're going to probably come get it. And what they're going to do is they're going to take that property, they're not going to fix it up much, they're going to put it on the open market and they're going to try to sell it. And they're going to try to get that money back from it, and that's the only time that they would redeem. So by the way, here's an interesting stat. I told you guys that we've bought probably over 4,000 properties. Guess how many times we've seen the IRS redeem? 4. 4 times in all of those years. And the reason why is because the IRS is a business. They're going to redeem these and they're going to put them on the open market. But guess what they have to do? They have to hire those darn expensive real estate agents. They're exempt of excise tax. They have to pay title and escrow, and they have to fix it up and sell it. So they're only going to take it away if it's a 50, 60 cents on the dollar. So the good news is week after week, if you're buying things at 70 cents on the dollar, you don't ever have to worry about the IRS coming to take that property away. So the question is, would I buy a property with an IRS lien on it? I would. As long as I knew that I was going to buy and live in it, or I was going to buy and fix it up and sell it, and I knew that I couldn't do anything for 120 days. So if I'm going to live in it, the bummer is I can't refinance and get a conventional loan for 4 months. Okay? Let's say that I buy, fix, and flip. Let's say that you buy a property, it's vacant, and you get an offer within 1 week, and you're like, oh, that worked out so well. You cannot close for the 121st day. So, would I buy a property with an IRS lien? Yes, just know that you're going to have that hold time. Okay? What if the IRS came to you on the 122nd day, and they said, oh, we've been busy, and you know how it is, but we're going to come take this property away from you anyway? Tough. They only have 120 days. They have to give you what you paid plus 6%, and if they don't redeem, then it's automatically going to go away. Now, a lot of people say, well, what do you mean it goes away? They're going to continue to chase the homeowner, and they're going to go after him and the other properties that they own. The other question that comes up on IRS is the IRS negotiable? And the answer is absolutely yes. If they're owed $40,000 and you want to offer them $20,000, they will absolutely negotiate and come up with something because, again, they are a business, and they're in business to collect some of their debt. I think the biggest question you have is, do I want to bring it to their attention? Do I want to be quiet for 120 days and let it go away completely, or do I want to negotiate up front now so that I can get out of this property? Depends on the equity, I suppose. The next one that's going to follow is county taxes. Now, the thing I laugh about this is county taxes negotiable? No, not even a penny. Okay, so what they're owed, they know they're going to get the money. So when you go to sell or you go to refinance, they're going to get that money no matter what. So if I was going to buy that $300,000 property, I was going to buy it for $200,000, and there's a $7,000 back taxes, my new bid is now $193,000. I have to adjust accordingly because I know when I go to sell this or I refi, it's going to come up. Okay. The next thing that's going to follow, and we don't have to worry too much about it, is public water and sewer. The good news is when people don't pay their water and sewer bill or their electric bill, they just turn you off. So really, do we ever find anything more than $200, $300? The last one, and I don't want to talk too much about it tonight because I could go on this for about an hour, is if you're going to buy condominiums, you have to worry about the association. Okay, so here's just your quick lesson on this. If you're going to buy condominiums, don't buy these buildings that are wrapped in plastic and look like they're in the middle of a lawsuit, because you won't be able to sell it and you won't be able to refinance it. Now, I say this jokingly, but that's one of the questions we ask on your behalf. We call the association, we call the property management company, and we say 4 questions. Is this in litigation in any way with the association and the builder? No. Great. Is there any past assessments that I should worry about from the roof, the windows, the doors? Is there anything I should worry about? No. Is there any pending or coming up assessments that I should worry about? No. Is there a rental cap? No, and it hasn't been met. If I get the right answer to all those, then I'm going to buy the condo. If I find out that there's an assessment or a pending assessment, I may want to back off of that. So again, I'm not afraid of condos, and I think they're a good deal. Just make sure, or we'll make sure before you buy it, that all of those questions are answered. Okay? All right. Let's jump into some more fun stuff. I'm through with the educational part of tonight, and what I want to do now is tell you about the website. So every one of you guys are going to get a password to the website. You're going to log on. It's going to go to vestas.com.